From the obvious costs like gear and travel, to the hidden expenses no one talks about, the true price of your 70.3 journey might shock you. Hidden costs can have a big dent in your budget, and that's why I want to show you exactly how much did I spend on my 10-month journey from zero to the finish line. It's a lot of stuff, and we'll cover everything from top to bottom, but let's start with the least expensive, and I'll do it from every single sport. So I'll start with running, then swimming, and end up with bike. And then I'll talk about all the other costs that you have, like nutrition, health, which is also very important, as you'll see. So let's start with running. The least expensive thing, it's my running belt. This is something that you put around your waist. You'll have the number, and if you want, you can have gels. We'll cover this in the separate video for running. So running belt, €6. Next up, running cap. This costs €19, and this is very helpful if you are going to run, especially during the summer. Running cap. Next up, running shoes. So I raced with this very old Nike Pegasus 38 from 21, and I raced this already with 700 kilometers on the clock, and it was a huge mistake. So just recently purchased this Oka Clifton 9, and this will set you back 135 euros. For the running, I'm not covering shirts or shorts, because I assume that you probably have already that, but if you don't have anything, then you should spend maybe 30 euros on shirts and another 20 euros on 2 pairs of shorts. I think that's it. And now for swimming, the least expensive thing, the swimming cap. This one is from Mariana's team, but you can purchase one for 2 euros. Very cheap. If you are taking classes or if you want to improve your performance, this will set you back 12 euros. Quite inexpensive, but needed. For open water swimming, this is essential for safety reasons, for you to be seen in the first place. So this is a buoy. You fill it up, gets like I don't know, a cylinder or something like that. You can store things inside. This serves two purposes: for you to be seen, and if something happens to you, or you're very tired, you just grab onto it and that's it. So this will set you back 16 euros. If you're taking swimming classes or not, or you just want to train on speed, a pair of fins, it will cost you 19 euros. And to go to the swimming classes or to the pool, you need to buy a bag, which I think this one is like 55 euros, quite big. It fits everything: towels, fins, all the other equipment, and your extra set of clothes. So 55. Goggles. I have 2 pairs. So, and you should too, because when you go to race day, you need a spare pair, because if something happens with your main pair, like the elastic band, like ripping off or something like that, then you'll get into a panic. So I have ones that are not mirrored. I like these ones very much from Arena, I think. And these ones from Zogs, which are mirrored, and they are also very good, but I don't know, they don't fit the shape of my face very well. Anyway, 2 pairs. It will cost you 69.75 euros. A Speedo for your pool swim. I guess you need this if you don't have one. It will cost you like 10 euros. Last but not least, your swimsuit. I got this one from Orca. And if you have like a surf suit or like a bodyboard suit, it's not the same. You'll see this on the swim video. You have different types of layers, and these suits are made for swim specifically, for triathlon. So yeah, this will cost you 225 euros. These ones can go all the way to 500 euros if you want, but I mean, I think this one is really good. And now let's jump to bike. So the least expensive thing for bike is bottles. This will cost you, I think, 5 euros each. This one was gifted at the Ironman race, but I have 2 of these. very generic, fit every bike, and it's €5 each, so 10 bucks. A couple of things. This one's for maintenance, which is oil for your chain, 8.5 euros. And this air pump, if you have any flat tire, this will cost you 16 euros. Next up, 2 pairs of bike socks. I don't know why, but I wash them with white clothes, but they get like gray just in one wash. The reason why you should use this type of socks, they go almost all the way up to your knee, is to, well, be more comfortable, more aerodynamic, and yeah, overall comfort. That's about it. So 2 pairs will cost you 27 euros. Gloves, winter gloves, summer gloves, but always wear gloves. These ones are the summer gloves, obviously, right? They're very good, from Gobik. These ones are also from Gobik, and they are the winter ones. And they have this kind of mesh here that allow you to touch your cell phone or the Garmin computer, bike computer. It's very good. So the 2 pairs, 30 euros. I don't think I'm mistaken, but anyway. Bike glasses, 35 euros, and you can buy them from Amazon. They come with 3 or 4 lenses, white, yellow, black, and this orange one. Super cool. They are really easy to clean and to disassemble. So 35 euros. Bike lights, I have the one in the back. It's installed in the bike. This one, it's very powerful, and they will set you back along with the bag, because you also need a bag for your bike, 44 euros. Let's not forget the kit that you need to have for your flat tire. So this is a tube, and you can have all the utensils, and this will cost you 20 euros. The pedals for the bike, 45 euros. The 3-bar extension, 54 euros. Maintenance for the bike, 64 euros. And this was a maintenance that I did 4 days before the race. And you ride the bike, but you don't mess with it after this maintenance is done. This separate axle for the Smart Trainer cost me 64 euros. This was very expensive, but without this you cannot fit this bike in the trainer. So yeah, this is something that sometimes the trainers they don't have, and depending on the bike you might need to buy this one. Next up, bike shoes. So I have these ones from Decathlon, Van Rysel. I like them. They are not the most comfortable shoes in the world, and they cost 95 euros. Plus 15 euros for the clips that you need to buy separately. They wear out, they need to be changed. These ones have almost a year, and they are close to new. 95 plus 15. Now with clothing. These are bike shorts from Gobik. They are 95 euros. And they have this very, very good padding for your butt, which is very good for those trainings of like 3.5, 4 hours. Really nice. You need one of these. And for jerseys, this one you need to buy jerseys that go all the way. In the summer, sometimes you need to get a bit more air. So this one is 48. A Gobik windbreaker, which it's actually more expensive than the jersey, but this one is 60 euros. It's very good because it lets your back air, but it stops the wind in the front. And it's very, very light, shirtless. So this is the helmet, 120 euros. You just need to buy a very comfortable one, and preferably one with vents, otherwise it gets too hot during the summer. Professional bike fit, 140 euros. It will increase your performance, but also decrease the chance of you getting injured or getting back pain or other type of pain along the way. A bike computer, I bought the Garmin Edge 830, which is really good. Color screen, good refresh rate, everything connects with everything, so I'm super happy with this thing. So yeah, this one is 300 euros. Lastly, the Smart Trainer, 350 euros, and I bought it second hand because it's almost half the price, and it was like in fairly good shape. The previous owner didn't use it a lot. Yeah, 350, and you definitely need one for the winter, because if it's raining, you're really not going to have a 3-hour workout outside. Last but not least, your big baby, the bike. We'll have a separate video just to talk about it. It's a giant TCR and full of good stuff. It was 3,000 euros, by far the biggest expense you'll have for your triathlon. But there's a caveat, because it was a second hand and much cheaper than if I bought it new with all the equipment that it has. Really good purchase. I'm super happy with this bike. It's not a time trial bike. We'll cover that on a separate video, like I said. So yeah, 3,000 euros, this one. Now let's finish up with the gear. So you will definitely need a tree suit, which is something, I'll show some photos of me racing with it. It has pockets in the back, not very big. The padding, it's not as big as the shorts. You will not feel like you're having a diaper running half a marathon, and it's so comfortable. So this one is from 2XU. Again, it's very comfortable, and the cost of it was 184. Really good. Again, not the most expensive. These things go all the way up to 500 euros if you want. I have another tree suit, and this one is from my coach's team, Alpha Infinity. It's also very comfortable. The sizing, probably my fault in the first place. The sizing is not perfect. Overall, for training, I love this one as well. And all the equipment was 175, but included the tree suit and the jersey, which is also good for running. Also, Training Peaks. I didn't pay for Training Peaks. I used the free version. There's no need for you to go and buy the yearly license, because all the information, if you have a coach, by the way, if you have a coach, they can share the insights with you, because they have access to everything. Regarding watches, I have a Garmin Fenix 7 Solar, which will set you back 700 euros, more or less. Before this one, I had an Apple Watch Ultra, which was definitely a very good piece of equipment, but for these long distances, connect with Training Peaks, even though it has a way to connect to Training Peaks, it's not as good as a Garmin. And not only that, but I had a battery of around 2 or 3 days with the Apple Watch Ultra, and this one is 3 weeks. So there's no comparison between the two of them. I love them. I love this one very much. And also you need to take into consideration the registration fee, which was 400 euros, the coach yearly or monthly fee, which ranges from, let's say, 70 euros per month to 100 euros per month, depending on what you have, how many sports do you have, what's your coach. It varies a lot, right? So what's left? Two very important things: nutrition, which is something that you'll spend some money on it, and along the way you will spend more and more. Why? Because your training hours will increase, and you need to buy gels, you need to buy hydration fluids, all of it, all the 10 months, it was 611.9 euros. Separately, I did, before starting the training, I did a stress test, which was 9 euros. Relatively cheap, because I have medical insurance which covers it, or at least covers like 90% of it, something like that. I had 2 visits to the orthopedist, which was 35 euros, again with medical insurance. Medical exams, so I did an MRI, 65 euros. And this was because of my injury in my heel. 3 sport massages, 40 euros each, so a total of 120, and this was the 3-4 weeks before the race, just for my muscles to really be prepared for the big day. And 3 visits to the chiropractor of 45 euros each, for a total of 135. Again, when you start training, your body starts adjusting, you gain a lot of muscle, you lose a lot of fat, you need to, like I said, to adjust, and sometimes you start to get pain. So again, for me it worked like that, 3 visits to the chiropractor. So things I didn't do. I didn't do a DEXA scan. I wanted to do one. It was around 100 euros. To know my body in depth, I didn't do that. I didn't do a second bite fit after getting fit myself, which is something that people usually do, because along the way, during like 6 months to a year of training, your body and your posture changes a bit. So usually you can do a second bike fit. Getting a second bike to be permanently attached to the bike trainer, don't have that. It's the same bike, I just take the wheel out. More sport massages, it would be nice, but costs money. No ice baths. No running shoes exclusively for race day. I didn't have those. Like I said, I ran with my 4-year-old Nike Pegasus, mistake, but no Training Peaks subscription. No perks and add-ons on the Ironman experience, like the Nirvana pack or the VIP access for your family or friends. That's costly. I didn't see the need. The race is almost in my backyard. Actually, the racetrack 50 meters from my window. That excluded travel costs as well. I slept at home, I didn't travel, I almost walked to the race, and that's about it. So in total, everything was 8,660 euros. And here you can see it divided by sport. So first we have the common costs around 2K, and then swimming. I've included the swimming classes, so it's up to 850 more or less. And then we have the bike. So the bike, 3,000 is for the bike alone. The rest is just equipment. Running is mostly inexpensive in comparison to everything else. Then there's the nutrition, which varies from athlete to athlete, and last but not least you have health and medical, and this one is the one that varies the most from person to person. And then we have per month distribution, being the first month the highest with the purchase of the bike and most of the equipment, and then the second one with some more equipment being purchased, some things I didn't buy in the first month. So you can see that the average afterwards is around 300 euros. And finally, you have the fixed and variable costs. The fixed ones being the ones that you can use for more than one race, like the bike gear, the swimsuit, the swim gear. And the variable are the ones that vary with time, like nutrition, health, such as massages, bike maintenance, or any other type of consumable. And if this cost breakdown helped you to see things differently, remember to leave a like or a comment. Next week, I'll be talking about sleep and why I think it's a cornerstone for all the athletes, and we are going to explore that. So please subscribe, and thanks for watching, and see you next week.